Kunja Bihari Radha Dava. This part. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivara Hari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivara Hari. Girivadhari Yashodanandana Braja Janarandana Yashodanandana Braja Janarandana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivadhari Jai Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivadhari Yashodanandana Braja Janarandana Yashodanandana Braja Janarandana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe, Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe, Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Gaura Pimanande, Jai Vishupad Paramahamsa, Pri Vraj Gachadya Stotra Satya, Sri Srimad His Divine Grace, Celebrate Charanarvani Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki, Skandi Biti, Founder Charya Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada Ki, Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki, Samaveta Bhakti Vrinda Ki, Harinama Sankirtan Ki, Grantava Srimad Bhagavatam Ki, Jai Gaura Primanande. All glories to be assembled devotees, all glories to be assembled devotees, all glories to be assembled devotees, all glories to Sri Guru and to Sri Gauranga, all glories to Sri Prabhupada ki. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jananjana Salakaya Taksuramritam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Juta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaisnavam Sya Sri Rupam Sadradatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tvam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakanvitam Scha Hai Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostite Taptakansana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sutidevi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpa Turubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhyaivacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet. Before reciting the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is a very means of conquest, let us first offer our respectful obeisances unto Narayana, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, unto Narayana Rishi, the supremmost human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and unto Srila Vyasadeva, the author. Nasta prayesha badreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Tamasloke Bhakti Bhaviti Naistiki. By regularly hearing the Srimad Bhagavatam and by rendering a service unto the pure devotee, all that is troublesome within the heart becomes destroyed and practically nil, and loving devotional service unto the Supreme Lord, who is praised with transcendental songs, becomes established as an irrevocable fact. Idam Bhagavatam Nama Puranam Brahma Samitam Utamashloka Charitam Chakara Bhagavan Rishi Nishreyasaya Lokasya Dhanyam Swasyayam Mahat. This Srimad Bhagavatam, known as the Grantaraj, the king of all Vedic literatures, is the literary incarnation of God. It is compiled by the incarnation of God, Srila Vyasadeva. It is meant for the ultimate good of all people. It is all successful, all blissful, and all perfect. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Om Sarabhyaya Namaha.
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 Mukam karoti vasaram tvam gurunangayate girim yatkripat bande Sri Gurum Janataranam yatkripat bande Sri Gurum Janataranam. Hare Krishna. Welcome to all the brave souls who have come through all the rain to make it for bhagavatam class. Yes. Yes.
Have to swim sometimes.
Yes, some swimming lessons.
But there is too bad fallen, so the electricity is just almost on the floor.
Is it, huh?
And the road
Obstacles.
have to fix it up.
You did some electric. Yes.
Even if you put a bar, you have to put at least 3 support, not just
Yeah.
hose, because then you give it
Yes.
this water makes it soft and then fall down.
Yes. Yes. So we are continuing with our reading from Canto number 1, chapter 8, and prayers of Queen Kunti. Yes. Let's see. Ah, it's very late. Yes. So we are reading 30, I think. 30. Oh, okay. Janma, karma, cha, vishvatmam, ajasya kartur, atmanaha, tiryan, nrishishu, yadasu, tad, atyanta, vidambanam, yes. Janma karma cha vishvatman, ajasya kartur atmanaha, tiryan nrishishu yadasu, tad atyanta vidambanam. Janma karma cha vishvatman, ajasya karturatmanaha, tiryan nrishishu yadasu, tadatyanta vidambanam. Janma karma cha vishvatman, ajasya karturatmanaha, tiryan nrishishu yadasu, tadatyanta vidambanam.
Janma karma cha visvatman,
Janma karma cha vishvatman,
ajasya karturatmanaha,
ajasya karturatmanaha,
rishishu yadanshu,
tiryan nrishishu yadasu,
tat atyanta vidambanam,
tadatyanta vidambanam.
Janma karma cha vishvatman,
Janma karma cha vishvatman,
ajasya kartur atmanaha,
ajasya karturatmanaha,
tiryan nishishu
yadasu
Viryandrishishu yadasu
tad attanta virambanam
Sadajanta vidambanam Janma,
janma
birth,
birth
karma, activity, cha, and Vishva Atman,
Atman,
O soul of the universe,
soul of the universe,
Ajasya,
Dasya
of the unborn,
of the unborn,
Akartuhu,
Akartuhu
of the inactive,
of the inactive,
Atmanaha,
Manaha
of the vital energy,
of the vital energy,
Tiryak,
Tiryak
animal,
animal,
Nri,
Ni
human being,
human being,
Rishishu,
Shishu
in the sages,
in the sages,
Yadasu,
Yadasu
in the water,
in the water,
Tat,
Tat
that,
that
Atyanta,
Atanta
veritable,
veritable,
Vidambanam,
Virambanam
bewildering.
bewildering.
Translation and purport by the Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki.
Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Of course, it is bewildering, O soul of the universe, that you work, though you are inactive, and that you take birth, though you are the vital force and the unborn. You yourself descend amongst animals, men, sages, and aquatics. Verily, this is bewildering. Kindly repeat after me. Of course it is bewildering,
Of course it is bewildering.
O soul of the universe,
O soul of the universe,
that you work,
That you work,
though you are inactive,
though you are inactive,
and that you take birth,
and that you take birth,
though you are the vital force
though you are the vital force
and the unborn.
and the unborn.
You yourself descend
You yourself descend
amongst animals,
amongst animals,
men,
men,
sages, and aquatics.
sages, and aquatics.
Verily,
Verily,
this is bewildering.
this is bewildering.
Report. The transcendental pastimes of the Lord are not only bewildering, but also apparently contradictory. In other words, they are all inconceivable to the limited thinking power of the human being. The Lord is the all-pervading supersoul of all existence, and yet he appears in the form of a boar amongst the animals, in the form of a human being as Rama, Krishna, etc., in the form of a rishi like Narayana, and in the form of an aquatic like a fish. Yet it is said that he is unborn and he has nothing to do. In the Shruti mantra, it is said that the Supreme Brahman has nothing to do. No one is equal to or greater than him. He has manifold energies, and everything is performed by him perfectly, by automatic knowledge, strength, and activity. All these statements prove without any question that the Lord's activities, forms, and deeds are all inconceivable to our limited thinking power. And because he is inconceivably powerful, everything is possible in him. Therefore, no one can calculate him exactly. Every action of the Lord is bewildering to the common man. He cannot be understood by the Vedic knowledge, but he can be easily understood by the pure devotees because they are intimately related with him. The devotees therefore know that although he appears amongst the animals, he is not an animal, nor a man, nor a rishi, nor a fish. He is eternally the Supreme Lord in all circumstances. Translation again. Of course it is bewildering, O soul of the universe, that you work though you are inactive, and that you take birth though you are the vital force and the unborn. You yourself descend amongst animals, men, sages, and aquatics. Verily, this is bewildering. Very difficult to speak about what is inconceivable. Krishna is inconceivable. Krishna is well, yeah. His activities, his appearance in so many different forms, so many different incarnations. These two words are here utilized to describe the Lord as being both inconceivable and his activities also seemingly contradictory. It's just like we cannot even conceive about our own body, isn't it? What do we know about what is going on in our body? What is going on in wherever we are living? It's like here in Sridham, Mayapur, small city in the making with 8,000 devotees, gradually building up. Prabhupada said, I want Mayapur to have 50,000 residents, 50,000 devotees. We cannot, we don't even know. Just like sometimes someone can be living for 3 or 4 years in Mayapur, and other devotees don't even know that he's here. It means we are very limited in how we can know and how we can understand even simple things. Of course, Krishna's inconceivable power and energy is that nothing is actually simple, isn't it? Even just like in the when we were a little younger and we studied about the atom used to be described as in a very simple manner, you know. There were 3 components to the atom. Anyone know? Proton, neutron, I forget one more. Electron, huh?
Supposed to. That was the Bohr model.
Yeah, so that was the definition, like, 50 years ago.
Mr. Bohr told and he accepted.
Yes. But now, the description, it is scientifically admitted that just one atom, we have millions of atoms in our body. So just one atom is more complicated than the most developed city in the world today. with all the streets and all the houses and every people living in each house and every room and so many things, isn't it? So one atom, you can't even see an atom. It's more complicated. Those who study biology, they will explain that if you pick up some soil, that is healthy soil, there are more living entities in that handful of soil than there are people living on the planet. How many people living on the planet? Close to 8 billion. Yeah. In one handful of soil, you have over 8 billions of living entities. Isn't it? So, so even this material manifestation, like the scientists, NASA, they spend so much money actually, and there's so many things they don't understand about this universe. So, what to speak of what is beyond this universe? We cannot understand what is an atom. We cannot understand what is surrounding us. That's why it's not so easy to understand other people. That's why it's also not so easy to understand ourselves. So that's why also it's not so easy to understand Krishna. Krishna is the creator, the origin of everything that is material and beyond. What is material is only 1/4 of the creation. So Queen Kunti is here simply, you could say, it's a way to glorify the Lord, that you are inconceivable to even the greatest scientists. I mean, the most intelligent personality in the world, Lord Brahma, right? He's also bewildered, isn't it? That nice story, that nice story is there. When actually 5,000 years ago, demigods still used to come to visit because Krishna was here, right? After Krishna left, demigods don't come to this. They bypass. No reason to come here. They avoid actually. But 5,000 years ago, demigods used to come and see Krishna. That's described in the Krishna Lila, Krishna book. So, you all know this story, but it's good, good to remind us. Lord Brahma comes to the gate of Dwarka and to the palace where Krishna is staying, one of the palaces, one of the 16,108 palaces. And he knocks on the door. Can I see Krishna? So the doorkeeper, he says, wait 1 minute, because you just can't walk in to see a big person, even though you might be a big person also. So the doorman, he goes, the attendant, whatever, and he tells Krishna, today Lord Brahma is coming, because every day there's different demigods coming. So then Krishna, he tells, you go and ask, which Brahma? So then he goes and he gives that message to Lord Brahma, and Lord Brahma says, what do you mean, which Brahma? Lord Brahma. Anyways, he lets him in, and then when he comes and has darshan of Krishna, naturally he offers his humble obeisances. And before he tells anything, he says, I have a small question. I have a little doubt. Why did the door, the servant, why did he say which Brahma? And then Krishna created a miracle in his mind in front of Lord Brahma. he called all of the different Brahmas of all of the different universes, because our universe is like a speck. Our universe is, our planet and our universe also is the smallest planet, smallest universe. And in each universe, actually, there is a Brahma. Ours has only 4 heads. We have only one. Lord Brahma has 4. And then in another universe, there's 8, 10, 100, 1,000, unlimited. So all these Brahmas, they appear, they come because they're always meditating on Krishna, and Krishna can communicate with them. And they all appear in that big hall, and they all bow down simultaneously, and they have a crown, and when the crown hits the floor, then all kinds of like tinkling, whatever, tumultuous sound is there, and none of the Brahmas who come know that there's other Brahmas around. But our Brahma, he sees all of these Brahmas. He sees all of these Brahmas, and then he becomes bewildered, totally bewildered. So Krishna has a short conversation with them, with each of them. Again, nobody knows that he's talking to another Brahma, and he's asking, how is everything going on in your universe? Oh, everything is fine by your mercy, like that. And then after a short time, they all go. Our Lord Brahma is like speechless.
Small ring.
Yeah. Then he begins to offer his prayers, and I think it's described that he is expressing that I feel like a small ant in front of so many elephants, something like that, or a mouse. Totally, So Krishna at different times, he creates situations to help us understand how totally, completely, fully, insignificant and totally dependent actually on him as well. Because that's our problem. We tend to forget. We tend to forget our actual position. We falsely become proud of our position, of our situation, of our identity. Oh, I have a PhD degree, I'm somebody. Or whatever, I'm the president of this temple. Who do you think you are? We all have these ego problems. In the West, they call it ego tripping. You're on a big ego trip. This is a slang, Everyone is ego tripping. Means everyone is like puffed up, unnecessarily puffed up. But we have nothing to be puffed up about. At any moment, we can lose consciousness. Any moment we can be blind. One devotee in Bali, he's no more, one of my disciples, one day he's a teacher. He was a teacher, and fairly quite young, maybe in his 30s, married with children. And he says, Maharaj, he says, I don't know what's going on, but he says, as of yesterday, I can't hear anymore. Just like that, My ability to hear is not there. Practically, I can't hear. So like this, he was coming to see me. I was there for a few days, and he says, now he says, I have a hard time. I cannot see properly. Well, within 2 weeks, he was gone. Krishna can take us away like that, within a second. And we are just so falsely proud. So Krishna is constantly making different arrangements to crush our false ego. Our false ego is very stubborn and very strong. It's like now we're planting this tapioca. Did you ever try to pull out tapioca after 9 months? It takes 9 months. Tapioca has very deep root. It's like trying to pull out a tooth. Did you ever get a tooth pulled out? Of course they freeze, but teeth are very deeply embedded in the gum, very hard. So our false ego is like that. Our false ego is the most subtle and the most difficult thing actually to get rid of, to pull out. And as long as we have even a small tinge of false ego, we cannot properly and fully surrender to Krishna. We cannot properly, fully understand. Of course, even when we don't have false ego, we cannot fully understand Krishna because he's totally inconceivable. Even Krishna is so glorious, is so it is like Krishna himself is amazed as to who he is, and he becomes attracted. Again in Dwarka, when he sees the reflection of his face when he's sitting down on the floor, marble floor, which is very shiny and reflects his image, he becomes attracted. Who is that wonderful person? And that is the nature of bhakti. And that is why bhakti, as mentioned here at the end of the purport, bhakti is the only means and way by which we can begin to understand something about Krishna. Something about Krishna. Otherwise Krishna, as nicely expressed here by Queen Kunti Devi, cannot be understood simply by reading the Vedas, by studying the Vedas. Vedeshu durlabham adurlabham atma bhaktau govindam adipurusham tamaham bhajami. Lord Brahma himself admits and makes that statement. So, Katha Sri Krishna Namadi na bhavet agrayam indriyai sevan mukhe ijivado swayam eva spuratyada. That very nice statement expressing how we can never understand Krishna, especially through this material body, material senses, material eyes, etc. It is only through the process bhaktyamam abhijanati, by bhakti, by the process of bhakti. That's why Prabhupada was so emphatic, was so insistent, was so convinced and so strong in giving that message, driving that message. Prabhupada again and again in all of his purports, in all of his conversations, whenever he would speak to people, he was driving that point again and again. Bhakti. The process of devotional service is the only way. And pure devotional service at that, not just any kind of bhakti. Because generally we practice what is called mixed bhakti, mixed devotional service, not fully surrendering. So like this, Queen Kunti is expressing her admiration and her total. It's like when we come in front of big people, big personalities who do wonderful things, and there are such people in the material world. It's sometimes difficult to describe their glories, So what to speak of describing the position and the glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. So that's part of the message being given here, that Krishna, it's just like as being described here, Krishna, out of his causeless mercy, he, although he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he chooses to come to this material world and to appear in so many different species, including he takes on the body of a boar, the body of a fish, different animals, but he always, continually remains completely transcendental. He remains that same Supreme Personality of Godhead, but simply to show and to accommodate and to meet with whatever situation is needed actually to save his devotees, like he did. He appears as Nrsimhadev, a very unusual, what is it? Adbhut. What is the meaning of Adbhut? Like here in Mayapur, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur is foretelling that Adbhut Mandir, very wonderful, extraordinary, yes, out of the ordinary, extraordinary. So the Nrsimhadev form is out of the ordinary. So the Lord, actually, to please his devotees, to serve his devotees, to help reestablish, because that is the Lord's main business, to help reestablish dharma so that people can actually return to his lotus feet, return to the spiritual world. He takes on all of these different forms, performs all of these different pastimes for reclaiming the conditioned souls in the material world. So these are a few thoughts. Some of you might have additional thoughts. Yes.
Yeah, manifold energies. What is the meaning of manifold energies?
Manifold.
Yeah.
Where is that? At the beginning?
In the purport.
Yeah, where? In the beginning?
In the middle of.
In the middle.
Yeah.
Let me see.
After.
He has manifold energies.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
everything
yeah.
is performed
Okay,
by
okay.
him.
Yes. Manifold means many.
Many.
Yeah, manifold is
Many type of. Many types. No?
Many types. Yeah, manifold, many types, correct. Many kinds. And normally,
Prabhupada use special English words.
yeah, only Prabhupada actually could. Yeah, he uses. But manifold is in English. It's like normally many we write M-A-N-Y, but when we use it with the word fold, it becomes M-A-N-I. Many fold. So it means many types, many ways. Fold. Yeah. Yeah, because Krishna is the source of all energies, so therefore he has unlimited types of energies. Advaitam, Achyutam, Anadim, Anantarupam, unlimited forms, unlimited incarnations.
There are many years ago I heard analysis of how man and woman are thinking different way.
How men and women are
thinking in a different
thinking
way,
in a different way.
like psychologically. And then there was a statement that men thinking either they are analyzing situations or they are emotionally enjoying or being in the situations. So they have to choose. When they are thinking or analyzing, they don't have emotions. When they have emotions, they don't think.
Thinking and feeling.
Yeah.
Okay.
Either thinking or feeling. And women have different way. They always mix. They are thinking but still feeling, and the feeling still
I see. Okay.
thinking. Anyway, so that is the point here, that we are all man. And when we analyzing Krishna, we don't feel this kind of attraction. When we are meeting with Krishna, dealing with Krishna, like in a pujari, they feel. They don't analyze Krishna. They just feel nice attractive, kind, sweet. And that's interesting that we are losing something when we're too deeply analyzing Krishna. You have to accept that's inconceivable.
Right.
Don't
Yes.
go too big, too deep, because then you lose your original or hardly attained feelings for Krishna.
The more spontaneous.
Yeah,
Yes.
spontaneous feelings.
Yes.
Like in the yesterday, I heard a class about the Aishvarya and Madhurya nature of Krishna when it become conflict for Brijbasis. In the 26th chapter, after Krishna was holding Govardhan hill for 7 whole days and nights,
Yeah.
they enjoyed it. But then they went home and they started to speak about what happened.
Yeah.
And that was too much for them.
Right.
And they just find out we are confused. 7 years old, and it looks like more wonderful, more powerful, like any demigods which we heard about. So they went to Nanda Maharaj. Sorry, it's your son.
Right.
You have to tell something. Who is he?
Right. Yes.
And it is a big issue.
Correct. Yes.
And I think because of that, Krishna had to take back to the spiritual world. I remember that
Because of that, Krishna had to
have to take back to the spiritual world.
go back to the spiritual
Yeah,
world.
they have to show them that at home we are also doing the same thing. Don't worry.
Right.
So what you are dealing here with me, that's the same thing will happen there. So maybe I'm God, but still I'm your
Right.
best friend, like that. So I think we have to be careful when we go too deeply
Right.
in analyzing Krishna, special Krishna. Gopis also have some difficulties when Krishna left them, when they started to analyze what kind of lover you are,
Right.
and they are confused because
Yes.
Krishna is not in any categories.
Yes. I remember Prabhupada one time explaining how the Brajavasis especially, they're not so preoccupied in understanding Krishna because they're too busy loving Krishna.
Yeah.
Right? In other words, they're not on the mental platform.
Yeah.
They're just engaged in serving Krishna, loving Krishna, and of course, we can't imitate that. Just like the Prabhupada actually did mention how, like the Brajavasis, they have a particular mood and mentality that we cannot imitate, and that's why, for example, they'll dress Krishna and reciprocate with Krishna in a very spontaneous, natural way. But Prabhupada mentioned that we, as devotees, we need to serve Krishna and see Krishna in the more Aishwarya mood, isn't it? That's why in all of our temples, we have very gorgeous dress and very elaborate arrangements to serve Krishna. Although we are meant to also understand and appreciate the mood and the whole approach of Brajavasis. And of course, coming back to your comparison between men and women, ultimately we're not men. I mean, everyone is like Prakriti, right? Krishna is the man generally is referred as Purusha, but ultimately on the spiritual transcendental platform, we are Prakriti. We are actually female, meant to engage in the loving service of the Ekali Ishvara Krishna as the one and only Purusha, who is Krishna. There is a danger sometimes of trying to analyze and rationalize, because on this spiritual transcendental platform, it's like it's beyond ration, you know. It is, as mentioned here by Queen Kunti Devi, it is inconceivable. Krishna is
That
inconceivable.
could be a mistake when we chant Hare Krishna, do japa, and when we have a little difficulties, we try to understand what I'm telling, but it's not a good way. Better to ask, I ask service, please, give me service. And then Krishna will appear for you. If
Right.
you want to understand him, he will not appear, so the taste will not bear.
Right.
But if you ask just service, Krishna is supposed to give you service. And
Yes.
that means he appears.
Yes. Yes. That is the mood and actually we could say the life and soul of the residents of Vrindavan.
Yeah.
How to serve Krishna, how to please Krishna.
But you thought that Vrijbas is a very special mood that is written in bhagavatam.
Yes.
When Gopakumar first appeared in Vrindavan, he had difficulties to find anyone to answer to question, where is Krishna? Practically no one was in that state of consciousness who wanted to listen to him. Everyone was very busy to serve Krishna in such a way, we don't know how, but he was running here, running there, and practically he had long time, he had difficulties to just ask, where is my beloved Krishna?
Yes.
And then he started to cry, and one Vrijbasi, took pity of him.
Right.
And then, what can I help you?
Mm.
So that's compassion, made
Yeah.
him connect to Krishna. So, yeah, if you go back home, but still you have some difficulties to find Krishna.
Right.
Until you don't find someone really compassionate person as here in the material world also.
Yes.
Yeah, it's written in the bhagavatam, it's a very special mood.
Yeah.
So Maharaj, why Kunti Devi is telling so many things? What makes her analyzing?
It's just spontaneous love for Krishna that's making
What kind of love is that?
Huh?
From a lady, from an elderly woman, motherly mood, auntie of Krishna. Why she's started such elaborated philosophical.
It is inconceivable, Guru.
Simple answer.
It is bewildering, Guru.
Yeah. It's itself a bewildering when we try to ask.
Yeah, it's one of those kind of like very, we could say, rare and special type of expressions and pastime, I guess, that she was like the whole scene, of course, is that Krishna, after so many upheavals and so many calamities that have, Krishna, the battle of Kurukshetra is finished, so he's going to go back to Dwarka. He will not be with them, and so it's like a very for all of the Pandavas, and especially for Queen Kunti Devi, it's like a very intense. And when all of us, when we have at different times intense moments that come in our lives, and when, of course, it's probably not the best example, but whenever there are intense events or moments that take place in our lives, we do things that normally we would not do. We'll speak something maybe that we normally won't, or we'll experience different emotions that normally we don't.
That means Vikralamba
Yes.
Because of
affecting the. way organized thinking. Good, very good point.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Because of that Aswatthama shorted Brahmastra
Brahmastra.
to destroy the embryo of Uttara.
Uttara, yes.
So in this regard, Mother Kunti has have become gratitude towards Krishna. So in this way, she might be in this connection. She might be praising him, and she has feelings for him.
Yes. In one sense, because Krishna, she's a lady. Uttara is also a lady,
Yeah.
And that is part of it, of course. That she is she is experiencing or feeling emotions that are like very
Blowing.
Yeah, it's like mind blowing or whatever. Yeah, that are very intense, and therefore, it just all of these prayers are just
Just
coming out, very very spontaneously, and but full of emotions, full of feelings, full of appreciation ultimately for Krishna, isn't it? Because devotee devotees of this caliber, they are constantly aware of their dependency on Krishna and aware of his greatness. Here Krishna is arranging that she is expressing that in a very spontaneous, natural way, very deep, very profound. I mean, these are very profound prayers of Queen Kunti Devi.
Yeah, that reminds me that we practice Krishna consciousness. We are not Krishna conscious yet, at least me.
Yes.
So when there is a difficulties comes, Krishna put us into the pushing situation. Whatever comes out, that shows who am I.
Correct.
So then we see that I'm not really on that consciousness of Kunti Devi when something, this kind of calamities happen. So I have to practice more seriously to put in more and more feelings and understandings. And then in difficult situation, I could behave like a sadhu or some.
Yes.
In a normal time, it's just okay. You can show. I know obviously. I'm very calm. But when the rain is coming, when the ants are coming, when everything is just blowing, mind blowing, then that's what you are attained.
Then the real you comes out.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought he was like that or whatever.
But I like this very much, this Vipralambha, because that's kind of Vipralambha when someone is still present, but very soon the person will go out and will not come, or you don't know when they come back. So that's when someone love the other person like Krishna. That's a hard time, really hard time.
Yeah, very
so
intense.
that's for the devotee when you see your beloved person just leaving, and you don't know what to do. That's emotionally very hard.
Yes.
It comes up wonderfully. So we never know particularly who is Kunti. If she's not speaking in such a way, we think.
Right. Nice lady.
Nice lady, old lady. But no, we
Yes.
can more appreciate.
I think there's a book. There's a separate book, right?
Yes,
Prayers of
Kunti
Queen
prayers.
Kunti.
Prabhupada made that.
Yeah. Because they're so
Or
important.
what is made from his classes.
Yes, correct. Yeah, well, I remember actually.
Actually, Matajis have usually that Kunti Maharani Sabha.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Where?
Means studying of Kunti Maharani prayers
Okay.
and
Yeah, you're right. Yes. Yeah.
like this.
Actually, some years ago when I was in Indonesia. In Indonesia, in a place called Yogyakarta, which is located between Bali and Jakarta. Like there's 1,000 kilometers between these two places. So in the middle, more or less, there's a place called Yogyakarta. Yogyakarta is like the student capital of Indonesia. They have over 100 universities in that one city, you know. And so that means it's full of students. So I was studying there some years back at one university, and I was students. They have very easily. They copy different books and whatnot. So anyways, I took the 5 chapters of the 7th canto, which speak about Varnashram. Narada Muni's whole, you could say, thesis, his whole dissertation on Varnashram. And I printed that with a hardcover as a book. And then I remember I was visiting maybe Bali or someplace, and the devotees were looking at my book. Where did you get this book? I've never seen this BBT publication. So yeah, sometimes things that are like the prayers of Queen Kunti are special in themselves. Those whole explanations and instructions given by Narada Muni on Varnashram are also special. So so it's sometimes, yeah, like we're doing now, we're reading this particular section, and it conveys a series of important, let's say, messages. Our glorious Kunti Devi.
Yes.
Okay, I think we can close for now. Jai Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai Shri Prabhupada ki Gaur Ki
Holiness Bhakti Radha Swami Maharaj ki Jai.